You probably clicked on this video because you know your sleep You know that even though you're not doing much about it, you know you need good sleep. It will help with your work, it will help with your social life, it will help with literally every little part of, like, I don't know, self-improvement or whatever you're doing now. Sleep is the cornerstone of what will give you the best experience with those things. I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, not because of any fancy, goofy reason like, oh, I'm up before everyone else, I'm getting a head start on the day. No, that's bull. We all have the same hours in the day. I woke up at 5 this morning because I enjoy waking up at 5. I get the best work done when I start working early in the morning, and it's just like a nice, quiet vibe. If you want to do the same, first you want to determine what time you want to wake up. What time is it you want to wake up in the morning? Is it 5? Is it 6? Is it 7? Doesn't matter. We all have the same hours in a day, or similar anyway, maybe an hour difference. But whatever time it is, I want you to either force yourself to wake up at that time tomorrow, no matter how much sleep you get, not sleep at all tonight, and then go to sleep tomorrow the time that you should go to sleep to wake up at that time. Like, those are the two options. Sometimes for me it alternates. What I'll do is I will stay up all night and like force myself awake the whole day with like caffeine or something until it's that time to go to sleep. So it start like the sleep schedule for me to wake up 5 starts at 8, right? So you may be thinking, why on earth do I need to do this? It seems very like an extreme thing to do to actually be able to get up to this point. Truth is, it might be extreme, but it will get you extremely good results. You'll get there a lot quicker and you'll be able to implement this routine basically tomorrow instead of trying to slowly fix it over time, and maybe you'll probably forget about this video by then anyway. Okay, so let's start with the sleep schedule. My sleep schedule starts at 8. Now at 8, what exactly happens? Multiple things happen. First of all, this big light here, it turns red, right? It turns red because even like that's your light bulb, it's still releasing blue light. If you switch it to red, it won't remove the blue light, but it's, I can't even remember the science, it's like the lowest on the Kelvin spectrum or something like that, and so it will trigger the release of melatonin, which is the sleep hormone. And even if I sound like a babbling idiot and I'm completely wrong, it will at least get your mind into that, like it will tell your mind that, oh, it's the trigger for sleep, it's time to start getting ready for sleep. So you can set up the automation on whatever smart home app you have, or Google Home if you've got it all connected to that. Now, another thing that happens is all of my devices enter blue light mode. This is because a couple years ago when I was in year 7, year 8 and of high school, and I was a chronically online, phone addicted, TikTok scrolling all day. I like couldn't focus during this time. I would wonder why I can't sleep or can't create like some type of sleep schedule, and that's because blue light was messing up my circadian rhythm and it wasn't letting me fix my sleep essentially. And so what I do now is I make sure that it's on the highest setting, or I just don't use technology at all if I can. But of course that's not an option for everyone, so that's what I do. Okay, so the time just hit 8 p.m. Not now, but for you, right? What do you do now? You're going to go to the shower. Let me explain. This next part is going to kind of confuse you, and truthfully I don't remember like the science much behind it. I'll leave something in the description about it, but I don't remember the science about it. I just know that this is the biggest differentiator. This is what has got me from having good sleep to the best sleep. Like, so I don't have a Whoop anymore, but when I had a Whoop, if you guys have one, you'll understand this. Getting a consistent 100% sleep score, it is almost impossible. It's so difficult. I was getting it consistently every single day with this one trick. Even if I did nothing else, this one trick just smashed it. Right? I want you to go to the shower and I want you to set a 6-minute timer on your phone. And now I want you to watch this timer, and every minute you're going to switch the heat setting. So when you first press the timer, you're going to start on the coldest your shower can go, and you might barely be able to get into it. You might have to put a hand in, retract quickly, and put your arm in, and put your back in maybe, and like stuff like that. But that's fine. It just, whatever it is, just make sure there's cold water touching your body, right? And then the next minute you're going to switch it to a warm setting that you can handle. And obviously that's easy. Once you've been through that, you switch it back to the cold. Now while you're switching it back to the cold, don't like retract out. Let the shower kind of retract itself back to the cold setting while you're under it, right? And so that you're going to feel it switch into cold and basically going straight on you. So what you'll realize is that you are now used to the cold almost. You can handle it a lot more than you could before. And now I want you to stay under. And now for the remaining 6 minutes, I want you to keep alternating whatever you have left. And then obviously the last minute you should land on warm. Now, I'm pretty sure this lowers your core body temperature or something, but seriously, this is a game changer. This is what really switched it up for me. And now once you're out, it should be 8 out of 10, right? Now this is up to you what you do between this time. Just try keep off the devices. You could journal, meditate, stretch, whatever it is that you do, make it low dopamine, low, like, intensive kind of. Just, this is your chance to give your brain time to calm down before you go to sleep. One thing that I like to do is sometimes you'll realize you can't sleep because you've got racing thoughts, right? What you can do if you suffer with that, like I did, is get a journal and just write down every single word that comes to your head. Write it down over and over until you've got nothing to think about anymore. Honestly, that really helped me at some point because I just couldn't fall asleep. It felt like my mind was racing. So many things I want to do, so many things I want to think about, so many things I want to reminisce about. And if you can just get that down on paper, your mind's like, oh, there's nothing else to think about now. Or it will try and push out a thought, but it will find it very difficult. Okay, so now it's time for you to go to sleep. What are you doing? What supplements are you taking? All of that nonsense, right? Let me get a couple of things. Okay, on my desk in front of me are the 3 things that will basically change your sleep for the better. So I'll start with this. Now, you've probably seen on TikTok mouth tape, very, very popular right now, except everyone's pushing like this. Cheaper official option. And it's not cheaper, it's a lot more expensive than just getting this. Well, I can't remember the specific name, but I'll see if I can link in the description. And essentially it's like some medical type of tape, and it just fits on perfectly. Get off a little bit, you rip it, it will last ages, and you just put it on your mouth. That's the first thing. The second thing are these Loop sleep buds, and the best way I can describe how they work, it's you are almost in your own head, like, well, obviously you're in your own head, but sound is blocked out in a way that makes you feel like it's not there. It dampens it. And so these are what they look like, and they fit in your ear perfectly, and they're not like earbuds where, you know, you might it might hurt because it's putting pressure against your ear. These are so small and so malleable and so small that you won't realize that they are there. And finally is a quality sleep mask. Now, I say a quality sleep mask because what people usually start using when they start trying a sleep mask is some really crappy travel one they probably got at like an airport or something like that. I promise you now, those are ruining your sleep. Light bleeds through the nose. It is horrible. This, on the other hand, this puts you in pitch darkness, right? All of these lights that are in my room, right, that are releasing blue light, I could put this on and I would be able to sleep fine even with all these lights on, right? This is really, really good. Right, so you've got all of that sorted, and it's now time to wake up. You slept the night. Now, obviously, you can set multiple alarms. You can just have your normal alarm. I would recommend downloading an app called Alarmy. It doesn't let you go back to sleep unless you do like some maths questions or something like that. Truthfully, the best way to consistently wake up is to give yourself a reason to wake up. Give yourself some sort of mission to complete throughout the day that will get you closer to your goal. So for me, I'll show you what I do now. So for me, I have like a double page spread on a notebook, And what I usually put, so on the right side, is the same thing every single day that I'm writing down. We've got like the main goals, we've got the game plan, and at the bottom we've got like victories of the day, right? As you can see. And so what you want to do is under the main goals, you put the main goals. It's the same thing every single day that you are working towards overall. Maybe you want to reach a certain amount of income in a certain amount of time. Maybe you want to go to a place. Maybe you want to upgrade some equipment. Maybe like there could be so many things that you want to do. And so whatever your goal is, put them there. And then under game plan, you just write like the summarized versions of how you're getting there. So for example, for me to reach my financial goal, I will outreach with my new offer with closing. That's basically what I'll do. Now, on the actual main page, you want to write 5 to 8 a.m, 8 to 12, to have like 3-hour differences in between. And essentially, you're going to write tasks that you're going to complete in between these times, right? And they're just like that. I've done that. And then if you complete the whole day, you can put that onto victories. So what you do under like victories of the day is you essentially write out what went well today, right? Because otherwise like over time, you might lose motivation. You might feel like you're going too much like task to task. You need to give yourself some victories. You need to remind yourself that this is working every single day, basically. And so when I wake up and I see this inside of my desk, it's a lot easier to get out of bed. I don't struggle to get out of bed. Well, even with the shower trick alone and going to sleep early, I don't struggle to get out of bed. But this is the best for me. And that is how you totally change your sleep for the better, really. There's no fancy witch voodoo that I'm going to do on you to help you out. There's nothing like that. That is how you get the best out of your sleep. And honestly, just try this one night. You'll be shocked. You'll realize how quickly you've been missing out on the energy you've been missing out on during the day. Anyway, thank you for watching, and there's a Telegram in the description. It's just group. We're all improving ourselves, so join that if you want.